All right, so I want to show basically, this is not a shader. It looks like a shader that's doing this effect, but it's just dynamic pixel changes. I procedurally generate a texture and then randomly assign pixels to it all over the place. So it kind of makes it look like TV static. Now, I could also go with just black and white for the textures, which might work a little bit better. And that's actually pretty easy to change. You just get rid of these saturations. Okay. Anyway, so here's the script. I just take this simple script and I attach it onto any object with a renderer. Image drawer, painter. Image painter might be a better way to call it. All right. So inside of here, this is all the code for it. So we have a private image so we can keep referencing it, and you can see we're generating a new image with it. So texture 2D, we're setting it to a resolution of whatever we passed in. My last setting was at 32. And then I'm setting in the texture format of RGBA32. You can set a variety of them, including ones that don't have alpha if you're not using alpha, so you get better performance, like using 24 bits instead of 32. All right, honestly, I'm not sure if that really does give you more performance if it's going over a 32 or a 64-bit bus when only one value is being copied over at a time anyway. Anyway, but get component renderer. Oh, I guess it would use less memory. That'd be one thing. All right, so anyway, we get the component for the renderer, we get the material, and we set the texture, the base map, to this image that we just created. Okay, then during the update, we're basically just we loop through 256 times, and then we grab a random X and a random Y within the resolution that we used. And then finally, we set the pixel for the image according to the X and Y, and we generate it with a random color. Now, this is the hue, this is the saturation. So if I set the saturation to 0, we should be just on a black and white structure. And then we have, so saturation value is the next one. Value just could be any color range between 0 and 1. And then finally, we have alpha, random alpha between 0 and 1. Okay, so, and then finally, once we've done all these, we've applied these pixels, then we'd say after we've set these pixels, now we apply it. And that is the command that effectively tells the texture that it has these changes, use them, update this, and then it will rewrite that. My understanding, and I'm not certain on this, is that when we have a material like this, an image like this, it's loaded in two places. We have it in the graphics card memory, and we also have it in memory on the CPU, or on the RAM. And so we're effectively changing our local copy of the image, and then we recopy the image out to the graphics card to use. I'm not 100% certain on that, but I believe that's the way that it's operating. So anytime that you create a texture or you have a texture with the read-write enabled, I believe that's what's happening. All right, next, oh yeah, so we apply the image. So this next one should be more like a television screen. So let's go ahead and play that one because it should just be black and white, but also with transparency. So black and white, that might be a little bit more like a television screen, though a little bit of color in there would probably be nice. So let me go back to scene, and of course you can see it's also transparent. All right, and naturally this can be applied to any texture or material. The reason that I'm generating this is just to create some procedural textures that I want to control on the fly, and I want to have a process of generating plants, but with complete control, and basically just writing a procedural engine to generate plants, 100% custom by code, and kind of see where that goes and get some art tools going along the way. I think it might be kind of fun to practice that and see what happens. All right, if you've got any questions or interest or any knowledge about whether or not this might be a good practice, whatever, just let me know. I'd love to hear what your feedback and thoughts are about it. All right, thanks.